Happy Saturday. Welcome to my channel. My name is Aziza for all of you who do not know. And everything that you see on this channel is meant to serve as a documentation of my empowerment journey. And I am hoping that along the way, you are inspired to go on an empowerment journey of your own. Welcome back to another installment of the Unsnap Your Bra Empowerment Conversations, where I want to create a safe space for us to have conversations about things that are affecting us as women, as Black women, as millennial Black women, as Gen X Black women, as Gen Z Black women. I want us to be able to come together and get that relief, release, and restoration from talking about the things that are bothering us and coming together to solve those issues. Now, usually, right, I got my handy dandy notebook and I'm ready to go through all these talking points, but today we are freestyling it. I'm super excited about our topic for today because I want to talk about the power of intergenerational bridges, okay? What the heck is that? Why does it sound like something I just made up? It is just that connection between the generations. It's passing along that information, that knowledge, that wisdom that our elders have acquired that we have yet to learn. The lessons that we're going to learn as the younger generations, but even just being able to have a heads up about how to handle it and just even what's coming is a head start in the game. So I just want to talk about an experience that I had. If you have watched my vlogs, you will have seen or will see that I was in Philadelphia for a Black Women's Health and Wellness Conference. I went with a group of women from Milwaukee, and I was the youngest in that group. My bonus mom invited me on the trip, and there were women ranging in age from 88 years old to me, the youngest at 35. Now, the span of women at the conference were as young as toddlers, all the way up into their 80s and 90s. So you can just imagine the beauty that was in that room. And if you can't imagine the beauty that was in that room, you absolutely need to stay tuned so that we can figure out together how to share in womanhood, how to enjoy womanhood together intergenerationally. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I really enjoyed going on this trip with these different generations of women. Being able to sit at the feet of your elders and listen to how they view the world is priceless. That opportunity is truly, truly priceless, because all of the things that we are navigating in this day and age, they've made it through. They've seen the world change multiple times over. They've seen what has changed drastically. They've seen what has changed minimally. They've seen what hasn't changed at all. And they have successfully navigated through all that has come their way, right? Talk about resilience, bouncing back, holding it down. They have done it. They have done it. I find myself oftentimes thinking like, oh, I'm 35. I've experienced life. I think I know, what I want, what I got going on for myself. And then you talk to somebody who has lived a little bit longer than you and realize you don't know nothing. You don't know half of what's going on. You don't know your head from your tail. Okay. But just being able to sit at their feet and listen to what they see as solutions to all of the issues that we're facing today. It's just enlightening. It's enlightening. And it's humbling as well. It's humbling because I'm sitting at the feet of women in their 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s who are doctors in their specialized fields, who are researchers, who are educators, who are authors, who are medical practitioners, who are spiritual counselors, who are master chefs. I mean, I'm sitting at the feet of people who have literally become the best of the best in their fields. And still to know and understand that because we're Black women, we have this shared experience that they're still working to overcome. They've taken the first steps. And if we just zip it and listen, we don't have to start over at the beginning of the race. We can pick up the baton once they're ready to pass it and continue on with the fight so that we can get to a point of sustainability, so that we can get to a point of freedom financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of those different things, so that we can shift how it is that we view the world. The old, woe is me, nothing is going my way. So we can shift away from that mindset into a mindset of, I'm an overcomer. I'm a woman of God. I have God on my side. And I can literally surpass, succeed, and overcome anything that is thrown my way. Just being able to listen to people who have already walked the walk, who have already experienced and navigated through the things that I'm going through in my life right now, who have matured in thought, who are more mature in the spiritual realm, who are more mature in relationship with God, right? To be able to sit and talk to those women and soak up the knowledge was, like I said, a priceless experience. It shows me where life is the best teacher. Life is truly, truly the best teacher. Because where I might think I have the answers to my problems now, right? Because I've experienced a little bit of life. Oh, I know how to handle that. I know how to handle him. I know how to handle her. I know how to handle these kids. I know how to handle my coworkers. It allows you to see where there are still kinks in your plan, but time will teach you. Time will teach you, or you can learn from the women in other generations, from the older women around you. Given that they have sense themselves, right? Because again, I mean, not to everybody that's older ain't an elder, right? And we have to acknowledge and understand that as well. Just because somebody is older than you doesn't mean that they've put in the work to better themselves. So hopefully you can surround yourselves with women who have been where you want to go, who are where you want to go, and who can help you get to your destination, right? A thing that I always used to say was that smart people learn from their mistakes, right? Smarter people learn from other people's mistakes, right? And what I mean by that is, if you can get a head start, right? If you can get to a point where you can actually listen to the wisdom of somebody who has experienced the things that you're going to experience or that you are currently experiencing, if you can take what they've learned and apply it so that the blow is not as difficult and detrimental to you, that's smarter, right? That's smarter, because hopefully we're all at a point where we learn from our mistakes, right? Some of us don't. And that's why some of us continue to go through the same lessons over and over and over and over. and over 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 again. Me. That's me. I'm hard-headed. I was hard-headed for a long time. So don't think I'm taking a shot at you. I'm literally telling you my story, right? But being able to listen to those elders and really take in the wisdom that they have helps to navigate you around those pitfalls that are surely gonna be in your path without you having to fall all the way in the hole and dig yourself back out, right? Now shifting away from that just a little bit, right? Being around women in the older generation should be a mirror to you. It should be encouragement to you to continue reaching for your dreams, because there are so many women still kicking down doors, still fighting the good fight so that those that come behind them don't have as hard of a time. And that should be inspiring to you, to let you know that you can and should be doing the same thing. Turn and look at that girl younger than you, that young woman that may be showing out, showing her behind, turning up. Know and understand that that girl has a purpose. That girl has her place, right, in this life. And if we as the older women don't grab her and guide her to where she's supposed to be, then we're missing out on what God has for us through her, right? It may not be the little 11-year-old, right? She might be fine. It might be somebody in their 20s. It might be some of your peers. It might be somebody older than you. It's our job to encourage one another to become the best versions of ourselves, right? Now, mind you, listen, I hate seeing the girlies outside in a bonnet just as much as the next person, but not because of respectability politics, right? But because I would love for Black women to show a little bit more self-respect, right? Now, if you got on your bonnet because you going to the hairdresser, that's fine, right? Ain't no problem with that. But it's something about tidying yourself up, looking your best, that helps you to perform your best, that helps you to build your self-esteem. And that's why I don't want to see the girlies outside in bonnets and pajama pants. There are so many comfy clothes out here. We don't have to wear the pajamas and bonnets outside. So I'm only saying that as an example of we need to extend love to all women, right? To all women, so that we can collectively raise our vibration. We can raise the energy between Black women. We can encourage and support one another to reach our highest heights, to really be able to tap in to our purpose, because we have all been wonderfully made, right? You were created with everything that you needed so that God could use it when He is ready, right? And if we don't help the women around us and the women around them and the women around them to understand and reach their potential, right? To understand that they are vessels of the gifts that God wants to bring into the world. If we don't help them understand that, then we're cheating ourselves in addition to cheating them. So we need to make sure that we understand and treat each other as sisters, that you're a reflection of the love that I give you, right? You're a reflection of the love that I put out into the world. Being able to connect with women intergenerationally, right? Having that intergenerational bridge is invaluable. And especially for someone like me who has a mother who's dealing with Alzheimer's. I can't tap into her as a resource anymore. She was somebody that I was just taking care of for the last, 4 years. For women who have lost their mothers, not being able to tap into her as a resource, those intergenerational bridges, that community is a support. It can never be a replacement. We know that, but it's absolutely a support. I'm so thankful for my mother and the way that she raised me, because I have a community of women that will check on me, will check on my mental health, will, still be able to give me the guidance that I'm unable to receive from her. And we all deserve that, right? If that's not a thing that you have had, right? We had talked about having a conversation about difficult relationships with the adult women in our lives, right? And we'll still have that conversation, but I want to have more of a healing conversation at this point in time. But we know some of the difficulties that some women face when it comes to relationships with their mothers or aunts or grandmothers or older cousins, being a young girl who just naturally grew up and developed, right? You get called fast, you get called all type of names. Sometimes you have a relationship where that older woman is literally jealous of you and treats you differently. We have the situations where, as the oldest daughter, you have to become mother number 2, right? We have situations where mothers treat their daughters as less than once they get, a new partner in the house. Mothers who or women who face physical violence at the hands of their mothers, right? So we want to absolutely create a safe space for women so that we can begin to heal those relationships between women. That scared, fearful, negative energy that so many of us carry, we are going to have to be the ones to correct that. We're going to have to be the ones to heal from that. And that's going to be a collective effort. No 1, 2, 100, 200, 1,000, 50,000 of us are going to be able to do it alone. It's a thing that we all have to do, right? And we have to take time to heal ourselves as adult women, right? And then look at the things that we're up against. Look at what media wants to portray to us and our girls as, what Black women should be, right? We don't define what Black womanhood should look like for ourselves. We get told what it should look like, and we accept that. And I'm going to say 8 times out of 10, it doesn't work. We're chasing a thing that is not obtainable, right? We're chasing a thing that is not sustainable. We're chasing a thing that is not purposeful, right? Let me just be frank. We're chasing a thing that is not of God, okay? And we can dress it up as much as we want to, but it will never feel good because it is not of God. My grandmama used to say, you can put lipstick on a pig. It don't make it demure, very cutesy, very mindful. It doesn't define the standards of what we should be as Black women. We have to heal ourselves, heal our communities, heal our families, and then we will heal our world. We are the gateways onto this plane. And so we have to ensure that we're in the proper space to usher in the healing that the world needs, whether it's literally by having a baby or whether it's emotionally or spiritually. We are the gateway. It is a huge responsibility, but we got it. We've been the mothers of the earth, okay? Everything has come from us. Everything will come from us. We just have to decide what that looks like, what we want it to be. And we have so much that we can stand to learn from the women who have been doing it all of this time. And we have the responsibility to make sure that the women coming up behind us know what it is that they have to uphold, know what it is that they have to do, know what it is, know where it is that they need to be trying to fit in. We don't leave nobody behind, y'all. We ain't leaving nobody behind. We are in this together, all right? I hope this conversation was enlightening and empowering for you. I thank y'all for sticking it out with me as I freestyle through this conversation without my handy dandy notebook. Please consider commenting, subscribing, continue on this conversation with the people around you. Share this video, and you know what it is. Complete my heart. Bye.